Hey guys, Mike Martinez, and today is a quick message about, the other day I was talking to somebody on Facebook, and they said, you know what, Mike, I like that idea about affiliate marketing, but you know what, I've tried and I just can't figure it out. I tried and I just can't get, the traffic that I needed in order to make the sales. I tried and I got this big obstacle. And you know what? That's totally understandable. I had the same experience as you have. And this message is for those people that are going out there that are trying to do the same thing and hitting that block. So don't go away. We're going to be talking about this and how you can overcome. Hey guys, Mike Martinez. Listen, you know what? Of course, you're going to have obstacles. Of course, there is something going to be blocking your way. That's just the way things are. But here's what I'm going to tell you. It's the law of polarity, right? The law of polarity says everything has its opposite, right? So when you are faced with an opportunity, guess what, guys? You're also going to be faced with difficulties. So it's part of the game. It's part of you growing. It's part of you getting better. So really, the obstacle or the difficulty is how do you expand to become that person that you want to be? So you see an opportunity as an affiliate marketer. You know what? I can be a successful affiliate marketer. But then when you get started, you say, wow, this isn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. It's not going to be easy. It's going to require you to pick up some new skills. So what you have to balance out is, am I willing to go through the motions, go through the effort, go through the learning curve in order to pick up that skill and in order to be able to buy my freedom? Because this is what I'm talking about, guys. What we're talking about when you become an affiliate marketer, and I'll tell you what, guys, go out there and do some research on people that are successful affiliate marketers, and you're going to see that this is what happens. They start making $1,000 a month. Woo, made my first 1,000. Yeah, fantastic, right? But it never stays there. They go from 1,000 to 3,000. They go from 3,000 to 5,000 a month. They go from 5,000 a month to 10,000 a month. And if they continue to grow, if they continue to put that focus, that deliberate intent on growing, there's no stopping them. There's no place where people could say, I've reached the pinnacle. I'm telling you. Some people are literally making $1 million a month. There's some people that are making $1 million a day. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, right? But I'm telling you, there's some people that do, a particular, launch or something and just blow up, right? John Crestani, which is one of the people that I have on my page here. That gentleman goes out there and he's making something like, over $10,000 a day. $10,000 a day. $300,000 a month. Think about that. That's $4 million a year almost, right? When he started, did he start at that point? No. He started making $30 a commission, right? $50 a day, $100 a day, $1,000 a month. Oh my God, made $1,000. This is the progression. Now, did he face the same thing that you and I are facing? Yeah, he had to learn how to build a list. He had to learn how to drive traffic. He had to learn how to communicate well. He had to learn all these things, and those are the things that you and I both have to learn how to do, right? And the more you do it, the faster and the greater your success is going to be. But what I'm telling you is you need to gauge, is it worth me spending my time to buy my freedom? And I'll tell you what, guys, I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I began to raise my family in New York when I first got married. I've been married 34 years, been with my wife for 38 years. And I'll tell you, it was a challenge because you know what? I didn't have a college degree. And so I was working two jobs when I was first starting my family up, and literally kissing my kids in the forehead at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then kissing them in the forehead at 11 o'clock at night. Both times they were sleeping in bed. And I did that 6 days a week for years and years and years and years. If it wasn't for my wife, my kids would have a terrible upbringing. But she was there to do the dance recitals. She was there to do the karate. She was there to do the football and the baseball and the softball and all that stuff, right? Where I wasn't. I would be off on a Sunday and I'd be sleeping all day long because I was exhausted. Right? And I'll tell you, that's not life. That was a huge mistake. Had I done that, had I the opportunity to do that over, I would not make that mistake, guys. I'm telling you, because I traded a lot of my good life for, chasing a dollar, and I was still broke. That's the bottom line. I was still broke, right? New York, very expensive to live in. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Eventually, I grew to a point where, or my mind grew, or I aged to a point where I said, you know what, this ain't life. I got to figure out something. I got to make it better. I got to pick up a different skill. I got to make money in a different way. And I'll tell you what, guys, this digital economy that we have here, if you're not taking care of it, then don't blame anybody. Don't blame the government. Don't blame your parents. Don't blame education. Don't blame anybody, because you have the ability to do that. Now, are you willing to do that? Are you willing to trade the time and the effort and the failure? There's going to be some failure. The failure is part of the process. Nobody succeeds at a high level without putting them in the line of fire for failure. That's just the way it works. You learn by failing a little bit, adjusting, making it better, right? So when it comes to, again, this gentleman that says, hey, Mike, I love to do what you're doing with the affiliate marketing, but I'm just failing too often, man. I can't figure it out. You could figure it out. If you decide, if you make the decision right now, you know what? I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to figure out, other people have figured out how to generate traffic, right? Other people have figured out how to make their first $1,000 a month. Other people, and all it takes is you figuring it out. Right? Think about that. I got a good friend of mine that we were just talking about, paying down the mortgage, right? And sometimes you say, pay down my mortgage. I can't put an extra $1,000 in the mortgage. I'm barely paying it now. Right? So what do you got to do? You got to pick up the skills to do something else, to add something there. Right? And sometimes you say, man, but I'm working 60 hours. How do I do that? You do that part-time. You do that slowly. You do that by picking up a mentor. You do that by learning some information. You do that by testing things out. That's what it takes for you to be successful. So again, this message is for those of you that are out there saying, I want to get this done, but I have no clue. What do I do? What you do is you commit. You commit to learning one skill, to testing new things out, and to making that first dollar, and then making the first $1,000, and then making the first $5,000, and then the $10,000 a month. Let me tell you, $10,000 a month, if you were to stay there, chances are you won't stay there. You'll continue to grow. But if you were to just stay there at $10,000 a month, that for most people here in America is absolute freedom. For most people around the world, that's like being a billionaire, right? But here in the United States, if you were to make $10,000 a month, right? It's $120,000 a year, you'd be above most people, right? You'd be in the 20% of income earners here in the United States. And I'll tell you what, guys, that buys your freedom. Money doesn't buy happiness. Money does not buy happiness. Although if you know where to shop, you might make that happen too. But what it does buy is your freedom, right? And that is worth more than anything. So don't give up. And you know what? Some people are still going to give up. And that's entirely up to you, what you want to do with that. But I'm telling you, if you want to buy your freedom, you have the ability to do that. It's a matter of unlocking this desire, unlocking this willingness to move forward. Mike Martinez, take this message to action. Go through some of the videos on this page here and learn what it is that you can do, how you can do things to go out there and buy your freedom back. It's possible and you can do it. Mike Martinez, I'll be speaking to you soon.